All right, I just got back from the movie theater checking this one out. I honestly wasn't sure if my movie theater was going to get this movie because it didn't seem like a movie we would get. But we did get Joe Bell, I think the title was, from last year. Rough that I don't know that already. That's not good. That does not bode well for that. But we did get that last year, so I guess I should have been expecting we would get this one. But I don't know. I didn't know anything about it going in other than like the general plot. But I was surprised to say that I kind of like it. Father Stu was released in 2022 and it was written and directed by Rosalind Ross. No spoilers, but the general idea of this film is it is about this guy named Stu, who is kind of a bad person. He's very much a not a Christ follower, and he does bad things, and he finds this really attractive woman, and he would really like to marry her, or at least and so he kind of pursues her, and she's like, I cannot marry you unless you are baptized. And so he gets baptized, and then he gets in a car accident. And this car accident makes him realize that he needs to follow God, so that way he can live a fulfilling life, because he feels like he's been gifted a second chance at life. The problem that then ensues is that he has this degenerative muscle disorder where his muscles just fatigue until they stop working. And he's trying to become a priest. He doesn't want to marry her anymore. He just wants to follow God for the rest of his life. That's his plan. And I don't know, the beginning of this movie was kind of rough for me. I just didn't care for any of the characters until right around the time the car crash happened. Then I started getting invested, and by the end of it, I was surprised to say that, like, I had some emotional connection. I didn't, like, cry during this film, but I did get a little teary. I was like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like when you watch a sad dog movie. It's like, I'm not all out bawling, but I'm just like, oh, dogs are cute, you know? And that's kind of how I felt by the end of this. And it was surprising to me because I did not expect to feel any emotion from this, but I feel like it definitely is Mark Wahlberg's performance that brings this out of me, which I gotta tell you, I was not expecting. As somebody who likes Mark Wahlberg but doesn't, like, love him, I was surprised to say that I actually enjoyed his performance in this. Like, I really did. And I thought he did pretty well in Joe Bell, too. But this definitely steps it up for me. I'm really happy this came out. Kind of redeems him from Uncharted a little bit. But even more so than his performance, I was really surprised at Mel Gibson's performance as he plays his father. I was really surprised because first of all, Mel Gibson's an awful person. Like, I've heard about everything. I don't want to talk about it. I separate artistry from people. And in this particular instance, I was really surprised that I really genuinely liked Mel Gibson here. I was like, he's a hateable character that you learn to love, and it's great. He plays his father. It's so cool. I really like the dynamic duo of Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg. I thought it was really, really cool. So, yeah, that was really surprising. I gotta say, I was a little upset that it was less of a romantic movie than I thought it was going to be. I like romance comedies, and this was definitely a comedy. Like, there's funny parts in this. But there's, like, no romance. And I'm like, kind of wanted a little pizzazz here, but no, nothing there. And it does feel like the character does zigzag a little bit from, like, he makes plot points feel like they're really heavy, and the time in between them is very light. Like, he goes from being this deadbeat guy who's like, I'm going to be an actor, and be like, cool, to being like, I'm going to be a priest and not marry or have sex ever again. Like that. And I'm just like, maybe give us a little bit more time with that. Which then brings me to the runtime, which was 2 hours, and I feel like it was about right, actually. It was maybe hinged a little too long. Just a little bit. Like, I think maybe cutting a little bit at the beginning might have been okay. We didn't need all of that setup. But it was a good, reasonable runtime. There wasn't a moment where I was like, I'd like to leave now. Like, it felt reasonable. And I'm really surprised. I didn't think I was going to like it. And I don't think I love it. Like, we'll see over the coming days if I remember anything about it. If it resonates with me, great. But I'm surprised to say that it hit me a little bit emotionally, and I think it's a good faith film because it doesn't like hinge on anything specific. It's very much, first of all, it's a Catholic film. Like, it's not about a Christian, it's about a Catholic. And like, yes, Catholics are Christian, but not all Christians are Catholic. It's very, very different. And I like that it didn't like try to teach you anything about that, and it didn't try to push it on you, which is really nice. And it didn't try to like show you that this is the way to go, because the father and the mother are very much not faith followers, at least for the most part, and it kind of shows that they're doing okay too. And I thought that was really a neat twist to a film that typically wouldn't show any of that. So that it was very nice of them to consider doing that. So that was really cool. But overall, the movie is really, like, it's good. Like, it's fine. I don't know. I was really expecting to shit on this film, and I have no reason to. So I'm gonna give Father Stu a B+. Have you guys seen Father Stu? Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about it. It comes out on Wednesday, so tomorrow. I think this will be up tonight, so tomorrow. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's interesting. It's in theaters. At very least, it's worth the 2 hours, I would say. I'm probably not going to buy it on Blu-ray. I feel like in the future it'll just come to me at some point, but for now, I'm not like rushing to Walmart to buy it like I did Spider-Man No Way Home today. But definitely check it out if you're interested, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. I would really appreciate it. It helps me out a whole lot. And as always, keep watching movies and television. Stay educated. I'll see you guys in the next video.